Hello friends, in this lecture we will learn about what is known as virtual LAN. Okay, so we will learn about virtual LAN. So what is LAN? A local area network, and the term virtual comes here, which is a very hot topic today. Virtual, anything virtual. Okay, virtual operating system, virtual resources. So what is virtual LAN? It means something that is not actually a local area network, but we try to somehow put the pieces together and make it local area network. So here if you see, this is a common LAN. So there is a switch, okay, and there are three ports. So port 1, port 2 and port 3, and there is one group here. Okay, so this is there. So this is a local area network. This is another local area network, LAN 2, and this is LAN 3, which we call as groups. Okay, so what happens is, this is a LAN. Okay, so whatever I broadcast here, so this is a broadcast domain. So whatever I will send a packet, all these four nodes will receive those packets because they are in the same broadcast domain. They are in the same physical network. Then here also the same thing, but if a packet on this node is sent, all of these will receive it, but when it goes here, it will not go to port 1 or port 3, it will not be forwarded. Okay, so this is a common LAN. Okay, and let's say this is any office. Okay, so any software company, so where we have group 1, okay, group 2 and group 3. So group 1 only contacts, has broadcast messages from its own group. Let's say this is engineering group. So engineering groups receives message from engineering. This is marketing group or LAN. So all the marketing group people receive messages from each other. It's broadcasted, but no message goes from engineering to this marketing. Okay, and so on. So how does virtual LAN help? So this is, let's say, first floor of the building. This is second floor, and this is the third floor. Now the thing is, this separates physically that, okay, on the first floor only engineers should be there, on second floor only your market people should be there, and management should be there on the third floor. Okay, but what happens if somehow I say that, okay, these two people, now they are transferred to second floor, and one of the marketing people goes to the first floor, and then some manager also wants to come, one manager wants to come to the marketing people floor and another one to the engineering floor. So in that case, how will we maintain, even though physically they are different locations, but I want that they should be in the same group or broadcast domain. So here your virtual LAN helps. So how does it help? Let's try to see. So we have virtual LAN, and here what happens, now also we have a switch. Okay, so we still have a switch, but it's a VLAN software based switch. So it's a soft switch where what happens, we have the ports, but they can be programmed. Now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 ports are there on your switch, and then what happens is, we have 10 computers, machines attached to them, and what we say is that the group VLAN 1, what does a LAN means? That all of they are on the same broadcast domain. So now even though these computers are different, okay, but let's say computer connected to port 1, port 2, port 5 and 7, they are in the same broadcast domain. Okay, so computer 1, if it sends a message, it will be received by 2, 5 and 7. Okay, so what we say is that 1, 2, then 5 and 7 are in the same broadcast domain, and hence they are on the same LAN, but it's a virtual LAN. They are not directly connected through an Ethernet wire, but they are connected through now a switch which can be programmed. Okay, so this is LAN VLAN, VLAN 1. Then we have 3, 4 and 6. Okay, so 3, 4 and 6 are on VLAN 2 and 8, 9, 10 are on VLAN 3. Okay, so these are forming a group, and hence now what happens if 3 sends a message, it will be sent to port 5, 6 and 7, so that, okay, so 3, so which computers are there? Okay, so 3, 4 and 6. So when this 3 sends a message, so port 3 will forward it to 4 and 6 port. Okay, so that they are on the same broadcast domain. The whole idea of VLAN technology is now a logical grouping rather than a physical grouping. So what's the biggest advantage? So now you don't need to take care of your, like if people are changing their group. Okay, so what I will do is just I have to tell that, okay, if I want that, okay, now 3, 4 and 6 were on VLAN, and now let's say person 6, okay, the machine 6 wants to join VLAN 3. So what I will do, I will just say that, okay, VLAN 3 add computer 6. So in my programming itself in the table, I will just say that, okay, that port number 6 now goes to VLAN 3. So that is the advantage. You don't need to physically disconnect, okay, from a switch and move that computer to another switch and so on. Okay, so that is very advantageous. VLAN, so it says it creates broadcast domains. Okay, and what are the advantage? So the advantages, let's try to check out. So cost and time reduction. So first of all, again, the cost, you are not moving physically the wires, only I program that, okay, now port 5, now it's going from VLAN 1 to VLAN 3 or so on. Can reduce the migration cost of stations from one group to another. Physical reconfiguration takes time and is very costly. It is much easier and quicker to move using software. And we can create virtual groups. Okay, so if a switch, okay, if a switch has, let's say, 32 ports, I can make, let's say, a VLAN, 5 VLANs. Okay, and then I can configure it, say that, okay, VLAN 1 will have port number 1, 7, 22, 31 and 14. Okay, then I can configure that VLAN 2 will have 3, 5 and 6 and so on. So now what happens, this kind of forms a broadcast domain. Whatever packet 22 will forward send, it will be sent to 1, 7, 22, 31 and 14 and not to any other ports, okay, under the other computer. And it provides security, because what happens, extra measure of security is there. People belonging to the same group can send broadcast message with the guaranteed assurance that users in other group will not get that message. Okay, so that is important. So this is about your, and now the next question comes is, how do we divide? Okay, now VLAN, how do we program the switch? Okay, so there is a switch, we have ports on switch. So how can we divide the group? So one way is based on the ports. Okay, that port number this whatever computer are connected to port 1, 7, 8, create VLAN 1 for it. Okay, another one is I can use IP address. Okay, IP address to create the virtual LAN, that, okay, the IP address 135.26.57.8 and let's say 135.26.57.12, okay, they are on the same VLAN and something like that. We can do it based on the MAC address. Okay, so there are different ways of doing it, and this says that, okay, VLAN helps in configuring different LANs for which are virtual, okay, and it removes the physical foundations. So I hope you understand this. Thanks a lot.